What's up? We're here at the shop, and I'm here with my friend Juju. He's one of the directors from Tuxedo.
Hi.
My name is Anna, and I love Boba, and I love chatting with the homies. And this is Boba. Cheers.
It's so good, it's so good. Feels so good to me. It's so good, it's so good.
Kirkakayan, Robbie Del Rosario, Kennedy Fonsiri, Aeronetic, let's go! Christy Greenway, Miss Greenway, she's the director of, well, she was the director of my high school dance team.
Oh, okay.
And she just started her own company, CO4, check it out, they're brand new. All of my friends, definitely all of my friends, all of my friends are like so many, like seriously, like they're all influences. Like there's this little boy, I mean I was a little boy too, but there's this other little boy, right? And he was dancing.
Okay.
And he was killing it. He did a piece, it was JT's Rock Your Body, but it was like the Wade Robson remix. So it was the boom, boom, boom,
Sure. Yeah.
boom, boom, and the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this guy? And this guy's name is Kevin Belisario.
Oh, Kevin!
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
What's up? Shout out to Kevin.
Hey, you're the reason why I started doing these Boba Talks too.
Shout out to Kevin, yeah. Like, I learned from everyone who helped me. Like, I learned from everyone who helped me grow, everyone who taught me things, everyone who I grew up with. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
That's awesome.
yeah, shout out to everyone. Cool. At Eastlake, at the time, we had a special thing going on. We had a b-boy club, right? We had a b-boy club, we had an air band, and we had a dance company where we had like a dance, like official like dance team and stuff. And the cool thing about the b-boy club, I got exposed to like jam culture and cypher culture.
Oh wow.
Which is cool, you know, because not a lot of people get exposed to that.
Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of choreo dancers at least, or urban choreo
So
dancers.
now that studios are around, this is where I guess young dancers experience hip hop or dance or b-boying or cypher first. They already like go to a studio instead of learning with their friends or learning at school or learning at home.
Yeah. Miss Greenway, she kind of recruited all like the b-boys and all the male dancers in like at Eastlake, because there are a lot of, it was an abnormal thing. There were so many male dancers at, you know, Eastlake High, right? And you wouldn't see this anywhere in the South Bay community, high school community at least. So she brought in all the b-boys and all the choreo dancers, and she brought them into this dance company where she made us learn like ballet, jazz, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh man, okay, I need to backtrack. shoot, because in middle school, I forgot, like there are these dances in middle school, and I gotta give a shout out to Darian Patterson. So we'd always hold these cool dances, right?
Yeah.
And there would always be like dance circles. Just imagine you got served but with middle schoolers and you kind of cut it, right?
Yeah.
And so that happened.
Yeah, and that's interesting to bring that up because in my time, I went to Bell Junior High and we had the same thing happen, but my group of friends and my group of kids, we copied House Party. So we also would have crews. We also would have battles, but it looked like House Party. Yeah, how funny.
It's definitely the fact that you're leading more than like 20 people.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah. It's definitely the fact that you're not carrying yourself now, you're carrying the rest of the team, and you know, you have so much responsibility as a leader. You're the one leading the way, you're the one paving the path, and you really have to, one of the hardest things is actually like trusting yourself, I feel.
Yes.
Trusting yourself.
Yeah.
Another really hard thing is if you're working with multiple directors, it's trusting each other, right? trusting each other. But also just, you know, giving and taking, like compromising and stuff like that. Because although, you know, you have a whole bunch of like, although you have a team of directors, like sometimes each director has like a little variation of the vision that they want, you know, and sometimes you have to be like, no, I want it my way, or yeah, sure, let's go with it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, like we've gone through like some tough times. Like the 220 directors as a whole, like it's never a smooth journey. Never, never, never. It's more like, okay, we have this vision, we need to get to that. In order to get to that vision, you have to go through like from some quicksand or some lava or something, you know?
Sure.
And I think you just gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta trust yourself, you gotta trust your team, and you gotta trust each other. And like, I feel like opinions are magnified.
Yes.
Right? Like opinions are magnified because you care so much. And it's just like, if one person's like saying like, oh no, I don't like this idea, or if this one person is having like a really bad day, like I feel that vibe times like 20.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, oh shit, this person's really like, okay. Like I gotta like recenter and I gotta rethink, and in the back of my head, it's always gonna be there.
Right.
You know? Sometimes you kind of just have to go with it and let the cards play out, and you kind of have to just trust their vision, right? And 90, 80, 95% of the time, like their vision's gonna play out, and it's gonna be like, okay, we're good. And if you see something wrong, don't hold back. Or I mean, don't let it internalize it, and don't let it like, don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, and then let it blow up later.
And let it blow up later.
Yeah.
If you see something wrong, you know, pull a director aside, or pull someone to this, or pull a leader to the side, and just be like, hey, what do you think about this? Or like, you know, just give them, just tell them how you feel. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's an important part about being a leader too. You just gotta talk to them.
That's a good point, because I mean, even in my time directing, I remember people would blow up, or people would tell me what they didn't like about something, and I prefer that because then I know, right? Nowadays, I think dancers may think that you should know as a director what they want or what they think, and it's not always the case.
Trust me.
It's not always the case.
It's more so just like the directors have so many things going on within the team, right? They got to worry about the planning, they got to worry about the artistic side, they got to worry about, you know, how to book rehearsals, all these performances, all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
and like their field of vision is so huge that sometimes they lose sight of the small things. And I think the dancers are there to remind them, like, of the small things, and just be like, hey, don't forget about, like, you know, so-and-so. Yeah. And that's a beautiful part, because when a dancer can do that to a director, you have an open line of communication. And well, no, sorry. If a dancer can do that to the director, and the director can take it in like an objective way,
yes,
like you have an open line of communication, and that's progress for the team.
Yeah.
Before I went to Japan and I take class, well, lately at least, like I felt like I was just going through the motions when I was taking class, right? Like I just kind of like, okay, I learn the piece, I do the moves, the choreographer teaches the moves, I do them, groups, done with it, yeah? And it kind of just all be a blur to me. Like I wouldn't be present in what I was doing. There's this one kid in particular, his name is Sarao, like this tall, and he was killing it. Yeah, he was killing it, and like, dude, this kid is like half my size, and he's going full out. He's like performing it, like he's going nuts, and he didn't like care about what anyone thought, because it kind of reminded me why I loved dance in the first place. And it reminded me of like how it felt to be alive in a dance class, you know, because. Yeah, when you go through the motions so many times, like I've been dancing for a long time, so I've taken a lot of class, but when you go through the motions so many times, like sometimes you forget about like what happens, or sometimes you forget about that soul, and that connection, you know. Like you've done your job if you can like pass on that inspiration to someone else.
Yeah.
And he did it to me, and I remember that. So the first one is, I guess, the first one is be present, right? Be present in what you're doing. Be present in how you're moving. Be present in what the choreographer is teaching. Be present in what they're like saying. Be present in the music, but also just be present in how you're actually doing the piece. Second one, expose yourself to everything and anything when it comes to dancing. You'll see, as a dancer, it's really easy to get stuck in your style, right? But there's no growth in being stuck in your style because it's your bubble, right?
It's your comfort zone,
Yeah. What you need to do is you need to open your perspectives, and then the last thing, trust yourself.
Yes.
Trust your process. Yeah, it's really easy as a dancer to just compare. You know, it's really easy as a dancer to compare. There's so many of us, you know. I mean, it's competitive and stuff, but at the same time, like, you can't really compare to another dancer unless you were born on the same exact day and shared the same exact experiences, you know, and you guys are the same exact person. It's never gonna happen, you know, because everyone has different experiences. So trust yourself, trust your training.
Well, thank you for sharing this time with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Dude, that was so awesome. So, again, I'm just blessed by Juju. He's like legit a nice guy. If you see him, go say hi, make friends, you know, take his class. Boba with friends is Boba well spent.
Cheers.